Hey mathematicians, let's do your homework. Okay, so we are looking at a check register, which in the olden days you actually had to do the math on yourself. These days, if this was a real online banking platform, they would do the math for you, but it's not that easy. We're going to do it ourselves. To do this, you're going to need to know what these words mean. Do they mean that you have money, that you're getting money, or that you're losing money? A balance is how much you have in your account right now. So that's a good thing. You have money. You have $3,425 worth of money. A withdrawal, if you're stuck, if you can't remember what these words mean, then look at what the numbers are. Do you get money for rent or do you pay money? Do you get money for your phone bill or do you pay money? What about groceries? What about an electricity bill versus a paycheck? I know a paycheck is when I get money, and I know rent is when I have to pay for my apartment. So, deposit is a positive thing, withdrawal is a negative thing, and balance is money you already have. The first question is, will he have enough money to pay next month's rent? So, before we can worry about next month's rent, we need to figure out how much money is in his account, not at the start of April, but at the end of May. So, if you have $3,425.86, and then you pay $1,000,695, then you're left with a certain amount of money. Then you pay your next bill. Oh, you have a little bit less. Then you pay your next bill. You have a little bit less. You have a little bit less. You have, oh, you got some money. Now you have less money because you're paying your bill, going out with friends. Maybe you're getting food. Maybe you're going to movies, whatever it is. So what you're going to do to make this easier so you don't have to do a ton of problems is you're going to add up all the money that you are paying, and then add up all the money that you have, and see if you have more money than what you owe. So the positives are a little bit easier. It's just two of them. I recommend you're using all this kind of room on the side. $3,425.86. Make sure you line up the decimal points. If there's no decimal point here, then you're going to make it end 0 cents. 4,201. Add them up. 6, 8, decimal point, 6, 2, 6, 7. Okay. You have $7,626.86. And now we got to pay all our bills. So figure out how much money you owe in your bills and subtract them. Then the question is, will he have enough money to pay next month's rent? So your answer needs to be a number that is bigger than the cost of your rent. If it is, you can say yes. If it isn't, you have to say no. If he does have enough money to pay his rent, how much will be left over after the rent is taken out on June 1st? June 1st is the day before my birthday. June 2nd. The best day. Okay, so we need to figure out how much money in total this is after we subtract this answer from this one. And then you're going to subtract again another rent check and make sure that you still have a positive amount in your bank account. So we're writing down how much is left in our bank account after we have paid all those bills and then paid the cost of rent a second time because unfortunately you have to pay rent every month. Number 2. Chris is trying to decide whether he should stay at Bank E or move his account to Bank F. Now, different banks have different ways that they get paid. Some of them, they just say, hey, if you open a bank account with me, you're going to pay me $3 every month for the privilege of having your debit card, of being guaranteed that, you know, I'll always back you up. And if something happens, we're here to support you. It's like a service fee. So Bank E says no matter how much money, you could have $1, you could have $1 million. Every month you're going to pay me $3 for the privilege of being at my bank. Bank F has a different payment structure. They say, I don't want to charge you a ton of money if you don't have a ton of money. But if you have a ton of money, I'd like a little bit more from you because you can afford to pay me a little bit more. So they are charging a percentage of your balance of the money that you have. Now this can be good or bad, kind of depending. So this is a real life thing that you want to look at when you're deciding where am I going to open a bank account? Or should I open a different bank account or move my money somewhere else? So the first part is, under what circumstances would it make sense to stay with Bank E? Bank E says $3 a month. Well, you want to do what's cheapest. You don't want to be paying extra. So the circumstances in which this would be the better option, is when $3 is less than 1% of your monthly income. Because if you're at Bank F and you have to pay more than $3, that's not great for you. So when $3 is less than 1% of your balance. This is not the end. This is just the start. Conversely, oppositely isn't a word. That's what conversely means. Under what circumstances does it make sense to move to Bank F? If Bank F is the cheaper deal, you would want to move your money there. So when $3 is more than what 1% of your balance is, then you want to move banks because you want to go to the cheaper option. So we need to figure out what that magic number is, though. So if $3 is 1%, then it's like a tie. No bank is better. 1% percents are always out of 100. $3 is not all the money you have in your bank account. How would you get from 1 to 3? Times 3. 3 times 100 is 300. So if you have $300, both banks are like, I don't care. They're both the same. Nothing's like a cheaper deal for me. If you have $400, $400 is all your money, so it goes on the bottom. 1% of 400, to get from 100 to 400, that's a times 4. If you have $400 and you're at Bank F, you would owe $4. So if you have a lot of money, if you have more than $300, Bank E is the better deal. If you have more than $300, if you have more than $300, Bank E is the better deal. If you have less than $300, let's say you have $200, 1% of that is only $2, so you would want to go to Bank F because that's a better deal there. So let's finalize that. When you have more than $300, it's cheaper for you to pay $3 than to pay a percentage of your lots of money. But if you have less than $300, it's actually cheaper to pay a percentage of the small amount of money you have because that's going to end up being a smaller dollar amount than $3. So this is some real life math. You need to decide what bank is best for you, and this is a consideration because sometimes people are like, 1%, that's so small, it's fine, I'll 1%, whatever. But then if they get a lot of money, they're paying more than what they would if it's a flat fee. Or if you don't have a ton of money, if you're just starting your bank account and you're still in school, you're not earning a ton of money, then maybe you do want the percentage because you don't want to have to pay a flat fee, which can sometimes be as much as like $25. So you need to look at the fine print of your bank accounts. But you don't need to look at the backside of this because there is none. That's it. We're done with our homework. See you tomorrow.